how these matchups are going to play out. And as you might expect, we had drama all the way down to the wire. So now that you guys are here, let's dive deep into it so the fans at home can know when and where their teams are going to start the postseason. Here's who is in. Chiefs, number 1 seed in the AFC. Packers, number 1 in the NFC. Bills, Steelers, Titans, Ravens, Colts, and Browns also win. Saints, Seahawks. The winner, if Washington wins, they get the 4th seed in the NFC. If they lose, the Giants get it. Then you got Bucks, Rams, Bears. All right, put that in your mind. File it away. We're going to talk about it more, but let's go to the Cardinals and the Rams game because playoff scenarios involved here. Cardinals needed a win if they wanted to go to the playoff. John Wolford replaced Jared Goff. More on that in a moment. Kyler Murray, first quarter, has nowhere to go, gets sacked by Morgan Fox, and then he ends up limping off the field. What happened? During the tackle, his ankle gets trapped. Oh, right there. So the backup would have to come in. So the Cardinals, 2nd and 7, 32-yard line. Chris Streveler. Oh, no, that was miscommunication because his receiver did not stop where that ball was thrown. Troy Hill not only picked it off, but he goes to the house, 84 yards in the pick 6. So the Rams take the lead 12-7. Murray, though, would come back to the game. We're here in the 4th quarter. Looking for Dan Arnold. Look at that rocket of an arm. 25-yard gain, and Kyler's still limping, but he's out there. Now looking for DeAndre Hopkins. But check out Jalen Ramsey. Are you serious? What a play by Ramsey to break that up. So Mike Nugent, 37-yard attempt, blocked. Rams would win it 18-7. Cardinals not going to the playoffs. Here's Lindsey Theory with Arian Darnold and those Rams.
Aaron, what does it mean to you guys to get back into the playoffs?
Well, we get an opportunity to play for it all now. All we got to do is win this game, get our foot in, and that's all we need. Now we got to go out there and keep playing.
Aaron, Jalen Ramsey's flying around in the back end. Troy Hill had a pick 6. What has your defense playing at such a high level?
Just lockdown football. Everybody making plays, everybody flying around, having fun, and that's what it's about. When you're playing big games like this, a game you need to win to get to the playoffs, you expect guys to do that. So,
Aaron, John Wolford in his first NFL start. What did you see from your quarterback?
Made a lot of big-time plays, made smart plays with his arm, with his feet. So I expected him to do that. And, you know, when he worked for it, he got the opportunity, and he showed what he can do.
If the score holds, you'll play the Seahawks in the first round of the playoffs.
That's what we wanted. That's exactly what we wanted.
Is John Wolford your starting quarterback next week against Seattle?
You know what? We'll talk about that, but I thought he did a great job today, Bill. He made plays. You know, really, I know there's guys around him that are capable of making some of those, and I expect those guys to be able to do that. But I thought he really gave us a chance offensively with the amount of plays that he made in the pass game with his legs, athleticism, being able to extend things. I thought he was outstanding against a really tough defense that came ready to go, and I was really pleased with John.
Okay, so with that Cardinals loss, that means the Rams get the 6th seed, as Lindsey said. They're going to take on Seattle in the first round. But the Bears come in as the 7th seed. Rob, let me start with you in this game. We saw Kyler Murray go down with an ankle injury. We've seen him be banged up over the last couple of weeks as well. What impact do you think that injury had on the game itself?
Well, I mean, the pick 6 was basically the game. I mean, if you don't throw that pick 6, the whole game is different, especially with Kyler coming back in. So it's tough. It's tough when you're the backup and you come into the game and you haven't had the week of preparation and the reps that you would have had on the flip side that John Wolford had. He knew all week that he was going to be the starting quarterback going into this game. So you have more practice reps, you have more confidence. So when Chris came in, it's more spur of the moment. He's trying to make a play, throws the pick 6 to Troy Hill. That was a turning point because the Rams defense played tough. And Arizona they didn't make any big plays. You look at the receiving core, they were limited in what they were able to do because the Rams have a great secondary. They got after them a little bit in the pass rush department. So when you have that, you put that all together, the Rams really didn't score either. They had the pick 6. They had the safety with the holding in the end zone. So there's your 2 points there. And then you had 3 field goals. So that's the game. And at the end of the day, that's what it's going to come down to. It's the little things. It's a mistake. One throw here or there could be the game. And that's what it was.
You know, Tim, throughout the course of a season, oftentimes backup quarterbacks have to come in to do something to give their team a chance to win. And ultimately that can determine whether they make the playoffs at the end of the year, no matter when that happens during the season. What did you make of this game that ended up being a battle of backups for the most part?
Well, Michael, you're exactly right. You know, people don't often talk about it, but it's the difference of continuing to play, and maybe Jared Goff gets another opportunity, or going home. In fact, it's why you saw Kyler Murray come back into the football game, because he thought, this is it. Look, I thought John Wolford, who in his first pass attempt throws an interception and then really struggled on a few third downs right after that. But once he got past that, I thought he played great. I think John McVay's assessment of how his quarterback responded to the early adversity was spot on. He did a very good job. And no, they didn't light the scoreboard up, but he made good decisions. He moved the offense. As Aaron Donald said, made some good decisions when to take off and run with it. And then in terms of passing the football, I thought was accurate once he kind of settled down. So that was the difference in the game, because as Rob said, the pick six right before halftime, when I think that Chris Streveler felt like he had a free play, that was probably the difference and kind of the turning point. And Arizona was really never able to kind of overcome that part of the game. So I think he did a good job. And look, he may be in a situation where he's playing Seattle next week. So probably good for the Rams to even just have this performance under their belt.
Yeah, for Walford, it was a playoff game, quite honestly. So he got that sort of under his belt going into a matchup next week, if he's the starter in place of Jared Goff, to take on Seattle. So again, with that loss by the Cardinals, that means the Bears were in. But when they took the field here on SportsCenter, one of the crazier stories we've had over the last couple of weeks is like all the teams in the NFC East with a chance to win, seemingly not really wanting to win based on how they played. And so we had the scenario coming into Week 17 where 3 teams from that division, all with losing records, could eventually go to the playoffs as the champion. So the Cowboys came in bad, Giants came in bad, but whoever won this game would put themselves in a position, if Washington were to lose later tonight, against the Eagles. So Giants up 13-6 when Daniel Jones hits Dante Pettis. He gets in for the touchdown before losing the ball. It's 20-6 now. But here come the Cowboys. They're down 23-19. It's 3rd and goal, but look where they are. So Andy Dalton somehow just throws it up for grabs in the end zone, and that didn't work, man. Xavier